to the Carter Farr channel. I hope you guys are all having a great and amazing day today. We have a very, very special episode. We're going to be talking about pretty much every electric vehicle stock right now that has been, been in the news, been getting talked about. So I hope you guys will enjoy it. I hope you guys get something of value out of this. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments here, and I will answer some of the questions you guys have. I'm just making sure that we are good to go here, making sure that everything is smooth. All right, so what is up? What's up, team? I'm just sending a quick message in here, so if you guys have any questions, you guys know where to send them. So starting off, what has been going on lately? Well, looking at here, this is Lucid Motors. So Lucid is another electric vehicle company, okay? You'll notice that the stock actually was doing relatively decent, going from about $7 to $8.50 in the matter of, 2 to 3 days, right? And then within the matter of a day, as of today, the stock has fallen more than 5% because of everything going on with Tesla. And I know you might be saying, Carter, how does that relate? Lucid is a completely different company than Tesla. So why is one company causing the other one to, sell off? So, Tesla, what they've done over the past week is actually lowered their prices for a more competitive advantage. Lucid is pretty much caters to the wealthy. That is their target, customers here. Their cars on average cost about $90,000, where a Tesla starts, they cater to more $50,000 to $60,000 per car. So, huge price difference. And as Tesla lowered their cost of their vehicles, this has caused a lot of people to, people that were going to start possibly buying a Lucid car were now going to possibly get a Tesla car. We've also seen a company, Rivian, which is another electric vehicle company here. Let's kind of scoot this over a little bit, yeah, like that. This is another electric vehicle company. You'll notice the stock was actually doing relatively decent, just kind of consolidating. And then it started selling off pretty decent here. I want to get it so I can see these numbers over here. And we'll scoot it. There we go. All right, so you'll notice it was trading for about $17. And then when Tesla lowered their prices, this has caused it to go down to $15, right? Tesla is doing this for more competitive advantage, taking up more market share. So now let's pull up the giant. Whoops, not Tesla, TSLA. You'll notice here, this one here, when they announced this, huge growth out of it. And then what we've seen is sell-off, right? A lot of investors are worried that Tesla is doing this and it's going to cause them to miss out on more money that they could have possibly made if they didn't lower their prices. So you'll notice stock went from 37 to 27, selling off $10 per share worth of value. So for me, should you buy electric vehicle companies, I always think it comes down to the company, right? If you're investing into Lucid or Neo, or we'll pull up Neo too, but Lucid, Neo, Rivian, those are pretty much companies that are a little unstable. You'll notice here consolidation when Tesla announced it, sell off, right? When Tesla announced this, there's so much speculation, so many people freaking out. But answering that question, I guess, of where I'm going with this is, should you buy these companies? Neo, Rivian, Lucid, they're all risky companies in general. They don't take up much market share comparing to Tesla, Ford, all these companies that you and I know of. They take up majority of the electric auto space. And I think Tesla, for me, does carry some potential. I understand we've gotten sell-off. We've gotten sell-off from 137 to 127, but I always think, looking back, 2, 5, 10 years, are we going to be worried about this price difference? Most likely, no. I always think, Tesla for me carries so much potential. It was trading for $414 per share, and then now it's trading for $127. So you could have two mindsets when looking at this type of company. One, okay, we've gotten sell off. I'm not going to touch this thing with a 100-foot pole. Two, this thing has sold off. Oh my gosh, this is a massive opportunity to buy in at a more affordable price. And yes, companies sell off for certain reasons, but I think the majority of it is one, Elon Musk. I think we all know over the past year, Tesla has not been his focus, right? He bought Twitter. He's been not really giving Tesla his all, right? Normally, because he normally does. Two, we have high interest rates. Majority of people, especially in America, have a car payment. When you have high interest rates, what do people do? They don't want to buy things, right? They don't want to buy a car because they're going to be paying more on interest and they're not going to be able to afford it. Okay. Three, we have high inflation. Virtually everything has gotten more expensive. Anytime you have high inflation and prices rise, people don't like spending money. And that's kind of what we've seen as well. Companies even like Walmart, Target, they've all had not the greatest not the greatest past couple of quarters, just because people aren't spending like they used to. So for me, answering that question that we all have, should you buy Tesla? I always think right now, I always think this is a good opportunity to buy Tesla at just a more affordable price, right? It's right on near and around a support line. You'll notice this yellow line right in here. We've gotten tendencies to get some sort of buying pressure. And if this thing continues to go lower, why would I not just continue to dollar cost average? So when this thing recovers, you make a lot more money because your average price is so low. I always think that's the best mindset and the best strategy. And what's going on with all these other electric vehicle companies? They're freaking out. Tesla lowered their price. Tesla's going to take up even more market share than it already does because it lowered their price. So people that possibly maybe not could have afford a Tesla, now they can, right? And those other customers would have gone somewhere else. So, let's pull up, Ford here, ticker symbol F. Ford has been investing billions of dollars here into the electric auto space. You'll notice it has heavy support at about $11, right? We just got that natural tendency. You'll notice I took a couple of swing trades in here. Got natural tendency to see buying pressure. So for me, right, should you buy Ford? Maybe we'll wait for this thing to sell off a little bit more and try to get in near and around $11. Right now, Ford, you'll notice here, just has this naturally downward. Whoa, that's wrong one. Ford just naturally has this natural downward trend just like that. So I think that possibly you could make a swing trade from, near and around 11 to possibly 13. That would be the best option here for Ford. But, Ford is taking up quite a bit of market share with the electric auto space. So, is Tesla worried? No. I mean, I think that Tesla, to be honest, is probably worried more for their Cybertruck because Ford majority sells their F-150. And so that's going to be the huge competition here between Ford and Tesla with their trucks, with the Cybertrucks. Because, when Tesla announced their trucks, everybody actually bought into the reservations, the $100. I put $100 in, and we just keep getting dragged on and on and on. The good thing about Ford is they already had production for their Cybertruck or for their F-150. They already had all this stuff implemented. So when they did that, they were able to have a faster turnaround than Tesla, because Tesla pretty much makes all of their parts in-house, which is good because it cuts down on supplies. It makes the cars a little more expensive. Where Ford, on the other hand, already had that production, so they were able to produce these cars a lot quicker. All right, do you guys have any questions in the comments? Any questions so far? Anything you want me to pull up? Anything you want me to look at? Another thing here, if we go ahead and we look at NIO, people love NIO. I think NIO does carry some potential, but just like some of these other companies, you'll notice it just has some support here near and around $9. So that's going to be the best option for me to buy near and around $9, possibly sell it at a trend line around 13. That would be the best swing trade. It's so hard to judge whether a stock's going to be the next Apple or Amazon or Google, But I think as long as you understand fundamentals, companies that are increasing revenue, increasing their profit margin, have very little to no long-term debt, quite a bit of cash, good profit margins, all that stuff. I think that's a good recipe for success. If you look at any company, you'll notice they've increased their profit margin year after year. They've increased their cash on hand. They've reduced their debt. They've just overall grown as a company, and those are the companies you want to look for. Companies like Neo and Rivian and all these other ones. It's speculation. It's very, very risky to invest in them. So you just have to be mindful of that as well. But do you guys have any questions? Do you guys want me to look at anything? What do you guys like? What are some of your guys' goals with trading or investing? A lot of people say they want to make money, right? And I think the biggest thing, if we go ahead and we just look at like SPX, which is just the S&P 500, I think that everybody should be investing in this. I think that this is a staple investment. I think that whether you invest in Tesla, Apple, Google, whatever, you should put money in the S&P 500. There's tons of good options like VU, like SPY is a great one. There's so many good ones here, guys. So that is it though for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments, and we'll see you guys tomorrow in another episode. Don't forget to check out my blog, and with the blog, go to the newsletter, sign up with your email, and you guys will get put in a raffle at the end of the month for t-shirts, hats, a whole bunch of good stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy it. We'll see you guys